Starry-eyed rumblings.
I spin around to see the source of the noise. And during the spin, I'm pretty sure that the murderer has arrived and probably already impaled me with the same weapon that they used to kill E. Oh, the irony. But as I complete my spin, I am yet to be impaled. This is a good sign. And I behold a... 1 second. They are wearing a veil that covers half their face from the top bridge of the nose downwards. However, yep, definitely 90% sure this is female. They are exhibiting many aspects that can be attributed to female humanoids. Right now I can see dark pink eyes, heavily mascaraed, hair tied back in an ensemble at the back of her head. From this angle looks like a 2 ponytail situation going on back there. Dark brown skin, wearing a plain bomber jacket, jeans and boots. That's right folks, I think we found my love interest. I'm just kidding, no, that was a joke, I'm kidding, I've not even met them yet. I'm about to. That was a joke. Move on, let's go. I decide to take the initiative and ask the first question. Excuse me, ma'am. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope also you don't mind me asking why you believe that I am involved in any murder investigation of any sort. No idea why my accent suddenly changed. But she responds, I just heard you swear on black iron to solve a murder case. Oops, I did just do that. I see, ma'am. Well, what makes you think that is to do with any sort of engineer? This seems like very specific information that you have acquired. Her eyes move slightly lower before she responds. I can see from the file that the victim worked in engineering. Oops. I realize that I do indeed have the case file open on page 1 with E's profile. However, I am yet to be impaled, so there is hope yet I can still save this situation. Ma'am, I see that you have a keen sense of hearing and a keener sense of sight, which I admire. I'm not gonna lie to you, citizen. I flash my badge as I continue to say, I'm indeed a member of the LAPD and I'm on a murder investigation. If you have any information in regards to the murder of the victim I'm currently giving the alias E, then I'd be most grateful for your cooperation and any information you have that pertains to this investigation. I do smile reassuringly as I say this, however I'm wearing a mask, so I don't believe it'll have the desired impact. And a look of confusion does pass her face before she responds. Who are the... Never mind. I can help you in this investigation. I can show you where the body is. Whoa! I was not expecting to find the body this quickly. I'm certainly no expert in murder investigations, however, finding the body sounds like a pretty good place to start. And honestly, I am really relieved. I cannot tell you how much tension is in my body right now, having been given this investigation to solve, because I have no clue where to start. And this gives me what I believe they say in the murder investigation business, a lead, which I am eager to follow because it is the only lead I have and can foresee that I will have for the foreseeable future. However, this is a murder investigation and I am incredibly jumpy. I have 2 suspects. The first one is Ike. The second one is this person standing in front of me right now. So although I do not think she's just gonna come out and tell me if she is the murderer, I still think it's prudent to ask the question, just in case she's an honest murderer. Well, ma'am, this is quite fortuitous then, and I'm more than happy and grateful to follow your lead to the engineer's corpse. I don't know if that was appropriate to say, but I press on. May I first ask, are you involved in the murder of the engineer? E. I am not, and I did not murder the engineer. Of course, this answer was expected, and I don't take it at face value. Look, I'm not... Okay, actually, I'm pretty intelligent, but I do realize that being book smart is very different to being street smart. And although I don't have much in the way of street smarts, I still know not to take everything at face value. However, I am getting good vibes from this person, and that's not just because of the pink eyes. And I tell them as much. Alright, ma'am, you've won my trust for the moment. Please lead us on. And here we go, as I follow. Oh, wait, I didn't even ask her name. I didn't even introduce myself. Rude. I rectify that this very moment and turn to her and ask her name. Forgive me, ma'am, I never even asked your name. She turns the pink eyes towards me and responds, my name is Swordfish. Don't laugh. Don't do it. Judging by the expression in her eyes, she is not joking. That is her name, and it is a quite lovely name, I must say. Brings to mind images of a fish's elegance swimming through water, and the sharp bite of a sword, its strength and power. Ma'am, I must say that is a quite lovely name, and it is an absolute pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I'm very grateful for your assistance in this murder investigation. Well, thank you for saying so. I hope that now you can stop calling me ma'am. Haha, of course, no problem, Swordfish. And may I inquire as to your name? You may indeed. You can call me Lightner. That is quite a lovely name you have there yourself. Thank you for enlightening me of your name. I think that was a joke. Pretty sure, 90% sure that was a joke. Alas, I wait a little too long to decide whether it was or wasn't, and the moment slips into silence. My old friend. In the silence, we make good progress through Yuma's estate. Although I'm not entirely sure where we're heading, I'm not altogether that familiar with where everything is in Yuma's estate. However, we do seem to be heading away from the exterior windows to a more central inner area. And after about 20 minutes of walking, I start to see signs for central lifts, which I imagine will act as a central point to get us anywhere else and to any other levels of Yuma's estate. As we're walking, I can't help but break the silence just to mention and appreciate how much I like Yuma's estate. It is so incredibly peaceful. There is no one here, no one making noise. In fact, there's no noise at all, or very little noise. Mainly I can hear our footsteps and breathing, but other than that, it is almost completely silent. It feels as if we are in a world of our own. It feels very liberating, I would say. Not to have any judging eyes or ears about. Can do what I want, when I want, with no pressure at all. Except for this murder investigation, of course. I say all this to Swordfish as we walk, and as I do, she turns and looks at me in an appraising way before asking, "What is your role here on Numa's estate, Lightner?" On Numa's estate, I don't actually have a particular role. Actually, they just let me reside here. My primary reason for being here is studying the nearby star Viridium. And what have you discovered so far? It's slow going at the moment. Not had much time to monitor and don't have the correct equipment yet to properly study the energies coming off and to the star itself. That's the main thing right now that my study has uncovered, you could say, that this star is taking in a lot of energy as well as emitting it. Now, that's not to say that stars can't absorb energy. They can in certain stages. For example, if it's a red giant or if it has an iron core. Even sometimes stars will have the atoms reabsorbed and re-emitted continuously as they make their way to the surface. So there is ways for stars to absorb energy. However, Viridium isn't absorbing energy through any of these mechanisms that we currently know about. Not that I can make out so far, but it's still early days. As I finish my brief description, I am not too sure if that was too much information, but she seems like she found it a curious bit of information. No doubt there are many that are curious to know the secrets of Viridium. I am no scientist myself, but I can't imagine there are many stars that are glowing a sickly green color. I nod sagely as we reach the central elevator. Swordfish presses the button to call for the elevator. It arrives promptly and we step in. Swordfish steps in confidently. I hesitate only for a moment because this is a small enclosed space with only one exit. Now, as I said, I am a little jumpy ever since I have been put on this murder case about an hour ago. And although I have been trying to build a rapport with Swordfish over the past half an hour, just in case she is the murderer, then this rapport that I have been building over the past half an hour may well stay a murdering hand. However, if my rapport building hasn't been successful, then stepping into a small enclosed space that I cannot easily escape from isn't a particularly inviting prospect at this present moment. Be that as it may, Swordfish is now looking at me, waiting for me to enter the elevator. I slide in like I'm performing a dance move. Not sure why I do it like that, but I'm pretty nervous right now. That's probably the reason. And ensconce myself in the opposite corner that Swordfish is standing in. And wait for the doors to close as I keep telling myself, be calm, be peaceful. Be calm, be peaceful. The doors begin to close and I resist the urge to jump out of the closing doors. Swordfish presses a button and the elevator begins to move up. Now, I don't want to look too suspicious, so I don't look too closely at what button she's pressed and which floor we're going to. Instead, I try and look nonchalantly at the door, hoping against hope that I do not get impaled on this elevator journey. Did you know that the human body is made up of approximately 70% water? Now here's something to ponder while you elevate with us. If so much of our body is made up of water, why do we spend so much time eating and so little time hydrating? I was not expecting the elevator to start talking. And now I have Swordfish looking at me, waiting for an explanation as to why I screamed. I decide the best course of action is to change the subject, because I just got a conversation starter given to me on a silver platter by the elevator. So, Swordfish, how much water have you drunk today? And it works like a charm, thank you, elevator. She looks away at the door, abashed, I might say, and with shame in her voice says, "Perhaps I do not drink as much as I should. I'll surely make more efforts to drink water more regularly." And with that, the elevator makes another announcement of our arrival at Welcome to Engineering. Oh. A murdered engineer in engineering. Who'd have thought?